Breaking news, my wonderful people. Reports is coming down from the United States of America. Yes, where um, someone is saying, I saw placards saying, "Say no to drug dealers," in reference to Bola Ahmed Tinubu's activities in Chicago. That's Cookson. Cookson is the one saying this. This is coming all the way from, because people have been trying to really get a hold on this Tinubu's so-called alleged drug dealing and what have you that has been going on. Okay, this is what is going on. This is what is going on right now. And he said, I saw placards. I saw them. Said these placards were, people were writing on it, say no to drug dealers. Yeah, say no to, it says saw it. Nigerians have been trying to dig up, on the person who is presenting himself as a presidential candidate, to the country, to the people. People are trying to understand what is going on. And so they had to look for Mr. Cookson, who says, I saw something in relation to this Tinubu saying, say this, say no to drugs. Anyway, my people, what do you think? What do you think? We can't continue to pretend. What happened in Chicago is still very much there, whether or not in the when you go to the bush and you feel some smoke coming up, the indigenous smoke, you should know that fire is somewhere. That's why you can see the smoke. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up, like us, share, subscribe. Let's get all the details. I saw placards saying, say no to drugs, in reference to Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Cookson gives details. While speaking on the Arise TV morning show, TV correspondent John Cookson reacted to the presence of some oppositions who gathered at the front of the Graham House when the APC presidential candidate Bola Ahmed Tinubu was giving his presentation on Monday. Some protesters who held various placards gathered in front of Graham House to protest against Tinubu's presidency. As regards this, John Cookson stated that he saw them, adding that some of them had placards with the inscription, say no to drug dealer. No on them. He further stated that the USA is aware of all these allegations against Bola Ahmed Tinubu, adding that they have all been denied. According to him, I did, at the corner of my eyes, notice some opposition holding placards saying, say no to drug dealers, which was a reference to an investigation many years ago into Tinubu's activity in Chicago, all which have been denied at the moment. But indeed, this was what I saw some of the placards carrying, saying, say no to drug dealer. So, my wonderful people, you can see for yourself that what happened in Chicago has not stayed in Chicago. In fact, it has continued to trail. A lot of persons and people have continued to, insist on their grounds, on what they think. A lot of persons are still, crying out on their own. So this is what is going on right now, my people. This is what is happening. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, what happened in Chicago, like I said, has not stayed in Chicago. People are still investigating. People are trying very hard to understand what happened in Chicago and why, these things are now visible today. Why so many people all of a sudden have come on the board, and why so many people all of a sudden are the ones now, trying to understand what's going on. Anyway, my wonderful people, it's becoming a real point of call, and we all just have to begin to ensure that we put things in order and put the nation right back on track. Okay, so it's going to be, a dawn of a new day. Okay, for this nation, it's going to be a dawn of a new day. We all just have to do important things like decision making and making those decisions wisely. We can't afford to have the same thing over and over again. Every one of us have to do what is needed. Okay, every one of us have to do what is needed and bring this nation, to the current position and ensure that at the end of the day, Nigeria becomes a better nation. Tinubu has been accused, although, like Cookson said, it has been denied. However, some people will not agree. It feels very much like there is more to it, and that they've not gotten. It feels like there is still something they still needed to get a hold of, and it's not quite there yet. They just feel that there's something more that should have been done that has not been done. Yes. So that's the feeling. That's the way it feels. Like there's something more, that they want to know, that they've really not gotten to, or really getting a hold of. So this is what is happening. Anyway, my wonderful people, remember that it's up to you and I to ensure that, difference is made and we bring this nation to where it ought to be, bring Nigeria out of the present predicament, and ensure that, we pick the right candidate. Presently, there are 18 of them. 18. Among the 18, some have cases on them. Some have not a single spot on them. So what are we doing? Are we just going to sit back there and do nothing and do not pick the right candidate? We must pick the man, the woman, the one who is truly ready to make this difference and ensure that Nigeria becomes the best place. Because amongst these people, there are those who are sincerely honest. There are those who really, who really have something in mind for this country. But there are others who, do not care. There are those who sincerely want something for this country. They really have an idea on how this country can move forward. But there are others, they don't even have a clue. They don't even have a clue. So what are we going to do? What is it going to be? What is it going to be? Are we just going to sit there and do nothing? So this is what is happening. This is why, every single person must ensure that we bring Nigeria, to a desired destination. We choose the right candidate. We do everything humanly speaking possible and bring Nigeria to where it ought to be. Okay, we must bring Nigeria to where it ought to be and change the course of this nation. So this is what is happening. This is what is going on, and why again and again we must ensure that we do not allow the same thing to hold us down. Okay, must not allow the same thing to hold us down. We must bring Nigeria to where it ought to be and change the course of this nation. So my wonderful people, remember that you have a voice. Remember you have a voice. Let's ensure that we bring Nigeria to where it ought to be by voting in the right candidate. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up, like us, share, subscribe. Bye for now.